What's good, everybody? This is N2S Media back again with another video. This time it's your boy Henny D, Gastino, back again with my boy MTV Lion.
Hey man, what's poppin', everyone? Appreciate y'all coming through the video again, bruh.
So this time we're just gonna be talking about the 1059 spoilers. A lot of hype around this chapter, like from everything we've seen. Like this, Oda just keeps on bringing the heat every single week. Like ever since Wano has ended, we've had heat after heat after heat chapter, and this seems like it could be even better than the last chapter, honestly. So, you have anything to say before we get into it?
Hey man, this nigga Oda's delivering, bro. He's really delivering, bro. Like he's, you pretty much said it, bro. He's delivering, man. I don't want to say too much. We about to get into it anyway, so take it away, man.
So let's get into the first thing. The Marco and Shanks bit. So how do you feel about Marco going back to Sphinx Island with Shanks, like Shanks carrying him back? What do you think that could potentially lead us back to? Like, what do you think that could go, like Marco's story? You think it's the last we see of him? You think it being there's like can lead to any other things around the world, or is just like this is just a goodbye send off for him?
All in all, I like it. I like to see that little relationship because what I'm saying, they kind of knew each other back in the day and whatnot. I definitely want to see if they end up seeing Weevil. Something I'm interested in seeing or whatnot. But it's interesting. To see and all that, and I like to see that relationship. Just basically just kind of like see the characters, relationships from past then. Now kind of like relinking up and all that and catching up and whatnot. It's pretty nice to see overall.
Yeah, me and also like basically like the jabs that like Marco was throwing at Shanks, like, and basically YBR at the same time. I was like, oh, like I'm sick and tired of basically babysitting. Like from what we used to like, I read it like he basically says, I'm sick and tired of babysitting all these Yonkos. Like that's basically how he felt, but he was a babysitter to Whitebeard. And like when if Shanks asked him to join, like I'll basically be babysitting you too. And then Shanks apparently complains, and then Batman agrees with her, like, yeah, being in your crew is basically babysitting you. So I like that type of I like that type of dynamic, between the right hands and their main commanders and the captains. It's more of a camaraderie, a family. Like Whitebeard, like yeah, he thought of them as children, but he still respected his commanders a lot. And Shanks really respects his commanders, and they can just throw jabs at each other all night. And I like that.
Yes, yeah, just touch up a little bit, just like another thing I like too, like you pretty much overall said it, but like like they weren't part of the same crew, but like what I'm saying, they still had that relationship, which I still fuck with and all that shit. So like that shit's always good to see.
And they're really close in age. Like Shanks is 39, Marco's what 45. Like they're really peers, man. Both started off as apprentices on Roger's ship. Obviously, one of them clearly blew the other out of the water when it came to strength, but they both basically came up in the pirating world together. All right, let's get on to the next bit. It's Luffy and Yamato's talk. So from what we can tell so far from the spoilers, the reason Yamato decided to stay isn't just because of like she completing like her journey in Wano. Like we thought that was it. Like she just wants to travel around Wano, see how it is. And I can't lie, I thought that was a stupid reason. I'm like, what the fuck do you need to just stay in Wano? Just you want to see the trees in Wano? Like you've been here your entire life. I thought that was stupid. But we got a more nuance in it. Like that Green Bull attack really affected them. They're like, yo, look at someone this strong came, and the only reason we were able to actually repel him is because a stranger with powerful hockey appeared, i.e. Shanks. They didn't know it was Shanks, but in Yamato's mind, it's like, what if Green Bull or someone like that attacks again? Who's there to save them? Who's there to protect Wano? It has to be me. So I like that. This actually gives her a reason to stay. And yes, I felt like I did say last time, like in the first in the reaction for that chapter, like yeah, honestly, Wano like isn't really in that much danger, honestly, as of right now. I don't think the world government is focused on attacking it, but it is good to be like taking precautions. So yeah, at least there's a valid reason now for why Yamato would stay.
Yeah, like at first too, I'm like, Yamato, I ain't gonna lie, I fuck with Yamato, but she's really like she's dick eating Odin right now. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be living this nigga's dream out step by step. Like make your own path, make your own story, or whatnot. And overall, it's kind of like, I ain't gonna lie, if I was Momo, I feel some type of way. Like, this guy's just, this person just trying to impersonate my dad type shit. You know what I'm saying? I feel some type of way. But like, honestly,
I'd be heated.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? But then, like, obviously, like, once we get this little backstory and all this stuff, it does make sense. I mean, obviously, I kind of, that's what I was trying to, like, I already got the idea of, like, why she wanted to stay was, because, like, the attack and all that stuff. And you're saying, like, the government, like, Wano might be safe. But the thing is, the one thing I did have in my head as well, I don't think I mentioned the last video we talked upon, but was because Pluton still it's at Wano, and Luffy kind of just left it type shit, you know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, what if Blackbeard, because I don't know, Blackbeard always be just getting some type of information. It's like, what if he found out or whatnot, and he comes to attack there or try, and there's gonna be Momonosuke, the Scourge, and all that shit.
With Caribou, like, Blackbeard could realistically know about the Pluton shit. Caribou could be working for Blackbeard, so yeah.
Yeah, he could be. So like, see, the thing was that I always thought was like, oh, what if Blackbeard goes and attacks there? You know how Luffy gave him his flag or some shit, and Luffy might like, kind of like know what's happening, so Luffy comes back to try to like save Wano or whatnot. He fends off Blackbeard or whatnot, and then that's when like Yamato probably joins. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know.
So yeah, like I'm not mad because like she'll still join eventually. Like we can all tell, like she'll join, but she'll be like a final saga member. Like I think like she'll be like Vivi too. Like how Vivi was a member but then left. Well, Vivi by the end of the story will be a member again. I think Vivi will definitely rejoin with the Strats at the end. I think Yamato will also rejoin. And as much as I hate it, I think Carrot might also join by the end of the story.
Bro, fuck Carrot. Yo, mad people are hating on Carrot.
I don't like it either, but I think by the end of One Piece, she might just be a crew member. I think
Zoro is hating on Yamato. Zoro is hating.
At first when I read that spoiler, like the way they worded it, the way the leakers worded it, it made it seem like Zoro was hating on Yamato. But the way I'm thinking about it now, I don't think Zoro is necessarily hating on Yamato. I think he's more like hating on how much like Zoro thinks Yamato's underestimating Momonosuke. He's not saying I don't think he was saying, oh, we the Straw Hats don't need you. I think he was saying Momonosuke doesn't need you to protect him. Don't hurt his pride. He's strong now. I think that's why Zoro was heated. Zoro's like, why you underestimate Momonosuke? He can take care of Wano by himself. He's strong. I think that like Zoro was.
He was definitely hinting that.
Yeah. Like at first when I read it, I thought Zoro just heated at Yamato, but now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, he's definitely just heated on Momonosuke's behalf because Zoro really fucks with Momonosuke. Like it's a really like. Zoro and Luffy, I can say they have the closest relationship to Momonosuke. Like they're really like mentors to him. Momonosuke looks up to them the most, and they really bonded really well with Momonosuke. So I could tell why that would affect, like that would hit at Zoro. Zoro's like, nah, trust in him. He's your shogun now. He can take care of Wano. So yeah. Any other thoughts on that part?
Nah, bro. I feel we just gotta get into the juicier stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this, man.
Let's get into it though, bro. Amazon Lily, bro. Okay, first bit I want to touch upon before we get into the TEECH, BOA shit stuff and the bounties. But apparently, the Seraphim, the new pacifista models, look like Lunarians, but not only Lunarians, they look like child versions of the warlords. Like that's crazy. Like they're basically Lunarians, like King, but they don't look like they're really like dark skinned, white haired, winged versions of the warlords. One of them apparently looks like BOA, and one of them apparently looks like Mihawk, or is it another warlord? I forgot which other warlord they named, but I think it was Mihawk that the leakers named. But that's crazy.
It's crazy, yeah. Cause what didn't King have like a flashback of like Dr. Vegapunk experimenting? Yeah, so like I guess that shit may have worked. I'm glad I do have some of the summary of the chapter pulled up. When the pacifista, whatever they call it, pulled up. Like TEECH was like off guard. He's like, huh? It can't be. And then he said white hair, brown skin, and black wings. He's just panicking and all that stuff.
It seems like he knows a lot about the Lunarians that a lot of other pirates like don't know, because like Lunarians, that's supposed to be like some top secret shit that the government is very, very very much after these Lunarians. Like information about them is scarce. A lot of people don't know about them, but we know how TEECH is. Like he's very informed, very like he's a smart ass pirate, so he must know a lot about Lunarians, how much power they had when they had their kingdom atop of Mary Joel. So yeah, like for him to be worried, like there must be something about Lunarians that make them so special.
Yeah, well, just one more thing to touch up upon that you're talking about the not the Lunar. Oh yeah, I guess the Lunarians and the pacifista. It was said one of the kids, because they're kind of kids or whatnot, that they portrayed
Yeah.
to look like. It's like one of the kid also had a flame on his back and carries a big sword similar to Mihawk's sword.
Yeah,
And it says,
that's the one I was thinking of. Yeah.
yeah, and then it said, in fact, the kid looks like Mihawk's child version that Oda drew in the SBS.
Yeah. So I think like it might be wild, but like this is Vegapunk we're talking about. So I wouldn't see it past him. Maybe like okay, so he had King back like what over 20 years ago, over 25 years ago when Kaido was still captured by the Marines, and he was experimenting with both of them. That's how he came with Momonosuke's fruit, and from what I can infer, he not only took DNA from King, but also when the warlord system got started, he took DNA from all the warlords, combined them to make child clones that have both King's DNA, Lunarian DNA, and the warlord's DNA. Like he's taking in, what if these children basically have maybe they won't be as strong as the warlords and King himself, but they basically have like lesser like they're like lesser versions of these two characters. They're like a lesser version of Mihawk, a lesser version of BOA, a lesser version of King. Like that'd be crazy. Like that'd explain why they look like the warlords, or maybe they're androids, but I don't think they're androids like the actual pacifista. I think they're more like well, they're synthetic humanoid beings. Like yes, they have like the robotic parts, like the pacifista. They can shoot lasers out of their hand, but I think they're also a humanoid in the fact that they were actually born and grew like out of test tubes, like they were cloned. They were actually cloned from the warlords and King. But yeah, that's how I think that Vegapunk went about all that. So what do you think?
Honestly, yeah, I already had my touch up upon that. I think it's time to get into the bounties, and.
Well, the bounties comes a little later. I just want to touch about like, do you want to touch the bounties first or teaches? Boa's fruit.
Honestly, it's up to you, man. We'll go
All right,
accordingly to
well,
your script.
I wanted to talk about Boa's fruit. I was really excited with. Like I told you earlier about the theory I came up with.
Ooh, the theory
I
is crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah,
Y'all gotta stay tuned to this theory.
like I don't think anyone's come up with this. Someone please tell me if someone has come up with it. But I'm co-signing it as my own original Henny D Gastino theory. But I was rereading the spoilers and I was like, why would Blackbeard go after Boa's fruit? Blackbeard who went after the most powerful Paramecia and Whitebeard, the most evil Logia with the dark fruit. But why would he go after Boa's fruit? It makes no sense. And Boa's fruit is very, very dangerous. And especially in her hands because she's so beautiful already. It's very dangerous. But it doesn't seem like a top 5 fruit in the verse that Blackbeard will go after. And then I started thinking, what if it's not just a normal Paramecia like we're all thinking? And then some people online on TikTok were like, what if it's a god fruit, like a human model god fruit, like a goddess of love shit, like Aphrodite, some type of shit like that. And I'm like, you know what? I like where you're going, but I don't think it's a goddess of love fruit. I don't think it's a god fruit at all. I think it's a mythical Zoid, but I think it's a model Medusa.
Ooh, this guy's thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
Thinking outside the
So
box.
like we already know how Medusa is a Greek mythology. She turns people to stone as soon as they gaze at her. Like she was very affiliated with snakes. She has snake hair, scales, everything. That's Medusa. Another thing about Medusa though is before she was cursed, like Medusa was born a monster, but she was beautiful before she was cursed to be ugly by Athena in the original Greek myth. She was born beautiful. She was very beautiful and she could turn people to stone. Those are her two most defining traits. Like Boa, beautiful woman that can enthrall men and can turn people to stone. Another thing about Medusa's story is her connection to Poseidon, the god of the seas. Poseidon, the myths, was said to be so enthralled by Medusa that he just couldn't resist her. Like it just had like her charm was just so attractive. Like he was just pulled towards her. He was so infatuated with her that he even like slept with her in Athena's palace, and that's why she turned him. She cursed Medusa. So what I'm thinking is, what if Boa's fruit, the Medusa fruit, is the key to Poseidon, aka Shirahoshi? Medusa can enthrall Poseidon into like can basically enthrall them into doing their bidding. What if that's why Blackbeard wants Boa's fruit? So he can then have full control of Shirahoshi and her power and ancient weapon. Like I don't know, like the way like that just came to my head. I was like, it makes perfect sense. Ancient weapons, they've been brought up a lot more recently. Pluton and Wano, like, and we know Crocodile's coming back. We know how he is heavily involved with Pluton. And it's the way, like, we know Blackbeard, it has to be something big for him to want that food. And I'm like, Medusa, Poseidon, connection is right there. And we know Oda loves delving into different mythologies, like Norse mythology, Shinto mythology. Why not Greek mythology now? This is the perfect opportunity. I think this honestly would make a lot of sense. And if this happened, oh, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna feel so good, man. But yeah, what you think about that?
All I gotta say is, bro, big fucking brain, bro. Big brain. That's all I gotta say. I like it just all because you thought outside the box. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's saying, oh, mythical god, what is it, god fruit or whatever, blah blah blah, human
Yeah,
fruit and all that shit. Which it's actually a good. That's a good theory as well. You know what I'm saying? But I just like how you kind of thought outside the box. You brought in the mythical, not the mythical, but like the Greek mythology, because Oda does like doing that, and it's been proven. You know what I'm saying? He likes taking bits and pieces of different culture and all that stuff, and you kind of just
yeah.
implemented that. And just when you tied it in with Poseidon too, like I said, bro, big fucking brain, bro. So I really fuck with
Appreciate it,
that
bro.
theory, man.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna make a more like in-depth video about it later. Maybe I'll post it on my TikTok or I'll post it on the YouTube channel. So you guys stay tuned for that. But yeah, let's move on to the next bit. Uh, the bounties. So BOA's bounty is, I have it right here, 1,659,000,000. So what do you think about that bounty?
Hey, man, I ain't gonna lie. Like you were saying, bro, niggas gotta stop hating on Boa. Like
Yes,
I'm not
sir.
gonna be opposed and say like I was hating on her, but to be honest, I really paid no mind to her. I low key kind of forgot about her because she was just doing her own thing on the island and whatnot. But like I feel like this kind of just just rejogs niggas' memories just to know that she's actually on shit. You know what I'm saying? She's actually she's on shit. She can she could do shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I fuck with it. I feel it's well deserved, especially of what she did. We're gonna talk about after, but what she
Yeah.
did against the Marines and Teach's commanders, it's well
Yeah.
deserved.
And yeah, like me, I've always had held BoA in such a high regard. I always felt like out of any women in One Piece, she had the portrayal to be the second strongest female character. Big Mom obviously has the portrayal to be the strongest female in the verse. But to me, BoA always had the portrayal like if it's not Big Mom, it's her. Right now, Big Mom's out of the picture. I think BoA is the strongest female character in the verse. I think she's above Yamato. She's above Momosagi. She's above Katarina Devon, obviously. Above Robin, Nami. I think BoA is just, she's her. All three types of hockey. And unlike just Yamato, who's just like, basically living someone else's dream, living someone else's life. BoA is actually like she embodies what it is to be a conqueror. She's a queen of the island of hockey users. And she rules it. She rules it like not with like in a tyrannical way, but with like authority, with strength, and like she doesn't bow down to anyone. She said herself, "I will not bow down to anybody." Like BoA is strong, so I never went into why people underestimate her. And yeah, people are gonna say bounty doesn't equal strength, but people forget strength is part of bounty. Bounty is strength plus influence and clout in the world. Those all factor into strength. You will never get a 1 billion plus bounty unless you're strong enough to actually warrant it. Like look at Robin. They didn't give her that high a bounty until she had the strength to back it up. And obviously, it's not her individual strength. Now it's her crew's strength that backs it up. Now she's danger because of her crew's strength. That's why her bounty's so high now. Back then, she should have had a higher bounty, but she was still 79 million. But no, she wasn't strong herself. But now she's with the Straw Hat Pirates, a very influential and strong crew, and her bounty rose. So I definitely think BoA, I've always thought of her definitely above all the first commanders in my opinion, except Ben Beckman and Shiryu, because I have those two at a higher regard. And obviously the old gen right commanders like Rayleigh are above her too, in my opinion. But yeah, like I think it was worth it. Even in my bounty prediction video that I did about all the characters with unknown bounties, I had put BoA at 1.8 billion. So I was basically just like what $140 million belly off. So I was pretty close with my guess, and it makes sense. She's influential. She's a queen of hockey users. She's a Shishibukai. She has all three types of hockey, and she's a former lower lord. Like it's very well deserved bounty in my opinion. Yeah. Other than that, let's get to Teach's bounty. For more, it's increased since last time. I'm happy that it has. If it was still under Luffy's, I would have been kind of cheese. Well, right now his bounty is 3,996,000,000 berries. I think it's well deserved, but honestly, I think it should be higher. Because come on, like let's look at it. Teach is more of a threat than Shanks, honestly, in my opinion. He's more of a threat than everybody except Dragon to the world government. Like Teach is literally going on that. He's on his rocks type of shit right now. Like he definitely deserves like a 4.5 billion berry bounty. I think he should be higher, but I'm happy that it's above Luffy's. So what do you think about his bounty?
Honestly, yeah, it's actually crazy. It caught me off guard. I know you said it deserves to be higher. I mean, to be honest, we still do not know what he was really doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When Wano was happening, so we can't really judge it off based off that. But I like how it's like kind of in between Shanks and Luffy. You know what I'm saying? Pardon?
It's in between. I thought you were gonna say Mihawk. Like in between Shanks and Mihawk too. Like it's really just in between all these characters. Like
yeah,
it tells you like where they see Blackbeard at.
Also, it's kind of like I feel it's kind of hinted because it's near Shanks too. So like I don't know, that Shanks and Blackbeard, you know what I'm saying? Altercation is gonna happen. So hopefully
it's gonna happen. It has to happen.
Yeah, I mean it's sad because I really don't want it to happen because I know what a lot of people are theorizing with that. But man, I don't know, bro. I don't want Shanks to die, man. I don't want Shanks to die.
I'm waiting for it to happen, man. I'm waiting for that part to happen. Call me a hater all you want. I'm waiting for that fight to happen. I'm waiting for my guy Blackbeard to put this nigga in the dirt.
Hey, all I gotta say is Shanks over Mihawk.
Oh, Shanks equals Mihawk in me. Like, come on, brother. Shanks equals Mihawk. We know this. We know this. But yeah, let's move on. Next, let's talk about like how it is BOA fared against the Marines and Blackbeard's commanders. So from what we can see, from what we can see from the spoilers, after the altercation, like the entire mountain of the main stand, that huge ass mountain was destroyed. So the fight was devastating, and BOA was able, like they were able to repel the Marines for weeks. Like they were repelling them. Like I don't know if it's weeks, but like they were repelling multiple Marine envoy. Like is it the word envoys? Like yeah, multiple Marine like attacks back and forth. But BOA was just getting annoyed the same way Mihawk was getting annoyed. Eventually, like that's the thing about the Marines. Like they have a huge amount of numbers, and yeah, these characters are strong. But eventually, you get annoyed and you get tired, and then you just gotta be like, I gotta relocate. So that's why Mihawk relocated, because like the numbers just got annoying. Like he can deal with it, obviously, but it gets annoying being attacked every day. Obviously, he gets excited of obviously like fighting, but like some days he just wants peace, and that's the same with BOA. But BOA doesn't have the courtesy of relocating because children live on her island. Innocent women, elderly live on her island. Like it's not just the Kuja pirates, but she also has civilian non-fighters on her island. So she can't relocate. That's why she had to keep fighting on and on and on. And eventually, it just got to a point that it became tedious, and they actually managed to break through the main city. And then we see TEECH attack. TEECH comes and is like, so now we know what he was saying back at the Reverie. The world government ain't going to go after it. I'm the one who will. Now we know it was BOA's fruit. He comes in, all big chest and everything. And then him and Katarina Vavon and Vasco Shot, they attack. And BOA is able to just murk all of TEECH's crew by herself. She is her. BOA is her, like I've been telling y'all. Like, yo, just look at it this way. Like, bro, like people always talk about, oh, if you're strong enough, you're a commander, that fruit ain't gonna work on nobody, you know? Like if it ain't work on, if Momonga was able to resist it, commanders are gonna be able to resist it. Nah, BOA washed them. Low difficulty. And then she was like, and the only reason I think TEECH really handled it so easily is because of his stupid ability. Like his ability is broken. He can negate your devil fruit. He negated BOA's greatest asset. So yeah, but I really like just how Oda showcased her strength. Like she's really showing you she is powerful. She said herself. The world government forget why they made us warlords because we're strong. So yeah, what do you think about that whole altercation between them?
Yeah, bro, it was definitely crazy. You know what I'm saying? I was definitely not expecting BOA to take down two of his commanders. With the like, bro, that shit was a slice of cake. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was easy. Like you know when you get ice cream cake and you have the hot steaming knife and that shit just cuts, smoothie, bro. That's what she did, bro. She really cooked them niggas. That shit was tough. And like Blackbeard's, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That shit is broken as fuck. Like this nigga just gripped her throat and she couldn't do shit, bro.
Yeah, like, that's why I think he wants it. Like if Blackbeard is gonna succeed, he needs to take Shanks out before anybody else. Because Shanks and Mihawk, honestly, because they're the only top tiers with no devil fruit, like I can think of right now. Are they? Yeah, they are. Those are the only two top tiers with no devil fruit. Every other top tier right now has a devil fruit power. So those are really his biggest threats. Like that's why I think Blackbeard is gonna go after. As soon as he ends with this shit, he's going after Shanks. Well, obviously after Shanks meets up with Luffy again, because I think they're gonna meet up first. But yeah, like his power, broken ability. No wonder Ace couldn't handle that shit. Like, nah,
Yeah.
it's a crazy power.
That shit is, bro. And I glad at first for like the first couple hours, bro, of the day, people were saying that he had Boa's fruit. I'm like, what, bro? That shit was like it was crazy. But then it was confirmed that
Yeah,
it was just a misunderstanding.
yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I was happy. I was relieved for that because I'm like, yo,
I was so
Blackbeard with three
relieved.
devil fruits is crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
And it's
But
crazy.
like,
Like people. No, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say if he had three devil fruits though, it would kind of make more sense of like all the theories of him
Yeah,
having like three personalities and all that stuff because he already has, people say he has three personalities. He already has two devil fruits, so
yeah.
one meaning having one more, I wouldn't be too surprised because like yo, that theory is probably true. But yeah, onto what you were
Yeah,
saying.
I was just gonna add on like the three fruit shit that's always been a heavy thing in the community. People always theorize like everything about Blackbeard comes in threes. His symbol, his Jolly Roger, three skulls. His three personalities, quote unquote, like how he never sleeps. People are like maybe another personality wakes up while one sleeps. Like there's always been things about threes that have to do with Blackbeard. So like that three double fruit was always there. But a lot of people always theorize he was gonna go after the strongest of each category. The strongest Paramecia, strongest Logia, strongest Zoe. People thought, okay, strongest most evil Logia, strongest Logia, he went after the Dark fruit. Strongest Paramecia, he went after the Gura Gura no Mi, Boy Bear's fruit. People always thought if he's gonna be the strongest Logia, he's gonna go after something like Marco's food or Kaido's food. But no, this entire time, the third Zoan food he was going after was Boba's fruits. That's crazy. Like his entire Blackbeard's really been planning this entire time. Have all three of these foods together. Just imagine this. If he actually succeeded, he can negate devil fruits. He has the power to destroy the world with the Gurgur no Mi, and he has the power to control every Sea King in the world with the like. If my theory is right, with like Boa's fruit and Shirahoshi as Poseidon, like that would be. I don't think Luffy honestly able to beat that. Honestly, like he'd have to team up with somebody else to beat that, like Kobe or some shit like the on some Garp and Roger against Rock shit. But
Yeah, what fucking Teach even said. Teach was like, Teach tells Hancock that he's been patiently waiting to get her powers and all that
yeah,
shit.
this guy's
So
been plotting for a minute. But okay, let's move on next. The information we get about freaking Teach and Kobe and the Rocky Port incident. So not everything is getting a little more confusing because there's just so many now people involved in that whole incident. Law is involved because Law is the one that gathered the 100 hearts from different pirates at that incident. Kobe's the one that protected all the civilians and apparently defeated Wang Zi, who was a former member of Rox's crew, a very prominent pirate, from what we know about from what Sengoku said. Blackbeard was there too. That there's like so many important figures were there. I'm like, what is the root of this whole like incident? Like, geez, like what instigated this incident? So from what we can tell, like from what you can tell from the spoilers, Wang Zi was the one ruling that island before Blackbeard took it over. Then from maybe Law tried to like defeat Wang Zi or something, but then shit, Blackbeard came and intervened. Then Law, like maybe Law was tactically smart and decided to retreat and just take a bunch of Wang Zi subordinates' hearts. And then Kobe, to protect the civilians, defeated Wang Zi. Ended up helping Blackbeard inadvertently. What do you think? But what do you think about that whole situation?
oh shit, my mic wasn't muted. Fuck. Uh, no, it's just gonna be a little bit of echo. Yeah. But anyways, yeah.
No worries.
To be honest, I don't know, man. Like, cause I ain't gonna lie. I mean, these niggas probably don't know. I'm new to One Piece type shit. And honestly, I only caught up within a year ago type shit. So I ain't gonna lie. I look, you forgot what the fuck that shit was, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
The Rocky Port incident.
Yeah, bro. Like I know, like maybe I had to do something with like you said, like rocks and pirates or something. But honestly, bro, actually can't speak
Yeah.
upon that because I actually don't know
Nah.
shit.
Well, the Rocky Port incident was just like the incident where Kobe protected a bunch of civilians. That's where he got his title of hero from. He's the hero of the Rocky Port incident. And Law became a warlord because of the Rocky Port incident. He brought 100 pirates' hearts
Yeah, I
to
do
the
remember
world
that in the
government.
bag or some shit to become the warlord,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I remember
Oh
that.
yeah. I'm just thinking those pirates that Law's brought their hearts were Wang Zi subordinates. Law decided I'm not gonna fight Wang Zi right now, It's not tactically smart. He retreated, just took his subordinates out. Blackbeard came, and then Kobe didn't want a fight, but maybe he didn't want a fight between Wang Zi and Blackbeard that would put the civilians at harm. So Kobe inadvertently held Blackbeard by defeating Wang Zi. And this goes into like this really parallels a lot with Garp. Like, I am a huge Kobe stan. People are really underrating him now because he got captured. I'm like, first of all, he got captured by fucking Yonko. A lot of people are getting captured. Zoro is getting captured in that situation. Sanji is getting captured in that situation. A lot of people are. But this, honestly, people are saying Kobe's stocks are down. I think his stocks are up right now. Because you think about it, like, just think about the parallels. They, like, Garp and Roger had to team up to defeat Rocks because they needed to protect the innocent. Garp, he never wanted to team up with Roger, and he never wanted to protect the Celestial Dragons, but he had to do it because the civilians were in harm's way. So did Roger. They wanted to protect the innocent people, but Garp had to unwillingly team up with one of his rivals, and he gained the title of hero from that incident, from the God Valley incident. Kobe, same as Garp, gained the title of hero from the incident by teaming up. From what we can tell, basically helping a pirate defeat another pirate, and by doing that, he protected the innocent civilians and became hero. Like, the parallels are just like, they're really, really like. I'll just tell you, Kobe is the next Garp, not Smoker, not no one else. It's Kobe.
Yeah,
This
as
guy
much as
is
I
the
hate
hero.
Kobe, bro, it's adding up.
Yeah, like,
Fuck
he's
that
the
nigga
hero.
stuff.
Like, yeah, you can hate him, but I love my nigga Kobe, man. He has the dream of being admiral. He has the dream where you have to be strong to have that. Dreams are very important in One Piece. Luffy believes he'll achieve his dreams. We gotta believe him too. And he's been trained by God for 2 years. What tells you he's not strong? Think about it this way. All the people that were turned to stone, including the commanders, Kobe was unaffected. Kobe was still fighting. He was not turned to stone. Two of Blackbeard's commanders were turned to stone. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. These niggas a virgin? Come on, man. Y'all gonna keep hating on my nigga Kobe. Nah, bro. He's that guy. He didn't get turned to stone. They got turned to stone. Kobe didn't. Every other Marine, every other commander turned to stone. Kobe withstood that shit and was still fighting. And then he got captured by Blackbeard. Now, this is really confusing me. Like, I don't know. It's giving up type behavior by Kobe that Blackbeard decided to just capture him and keep him alive. Because, like, why would Blackbeard need Kobe? Like, some people are saying he wants to draw a Garp, but why would he want to draw a Garp? Like, Garp doesn't have a fruit for him to use, and we know, this guy always goes for freaking devil fruits. But I'm gonna cut off here because my laptop's about to die. Let me go get the charger. So yeah, I'm back now. So I was saying, like, obviously Kobe has some type of importance to Blackbeard because Blackbeard never does anything without it having something that can benefit him. So clearly Kobe is important enough that capturing him alive will benefit Blackbeard in some way. But yeah, let's move on. The final thing I want to touch about is Shaki's origins. People have theorized for years. Why did who is Shaki? Like the girl from the bar, the woman from the bar that's Rayleigh's wife. She was chased she used to be chased by Guard 40 years ago. People are like, maybe she was on Roxy's crew, but now we know she might still be on Roxy's crew, but now we know she was a former empress of the Kuja pirates from 2 generations ago. So that's very interesting to me, and that could be why Rayleigh is so heavily invested with the Kuja. That why he always helps them out so much, because his wife was a member. Oh yeah, what do you think about that? Is your mic still muted? Shit, can you hear me? Yeah, bro.
Is it good now? Is it good now?
Yeah, it's good now. It's good now.
Okay, yeah. But I was gonna say that is the same. I can't speak upon this topic either, bro. It's the same shit as the other one, bro. I actually don't know what the fuck that is. You have to tell me after this video.
But that was it for the spoiler review, man. This chapter is looking fire.
Hold on. We gotta talk about Rayleigh pulling up, bro.
Oh shit! How could I
gotta talk about Rayleigh pulling up.
I totally it totally got taken out of my mind. My bad, guys. Rayleigh is that guy. He's actually that guy. I've been underestimating him.
At such an old age, he's still that guy.
Yeah, I'm moving him up in my top 30 now. I'm moving him up a couple spots. Him, Sengoku, and Garp are all moving a little bit up. I'm putting them right below Ben Beckman now, right above Greenbowl. I don't give a fuck. They're all above Greenbowl. Fuck that nigga, man. He sucks. But yeah, Rayleigh's that guy. This guy came in releasing powerful ass hockey enough for everybody on the island to notice. He pulled up some Shanks type of shit. Rayleigh's that guy.
He
He's
really
really
did.
that
He
guy.
literally pulled a Shanks Marine 4 2.0. Like, so he's really
I've
like,
never
bro.
seen
Taking how
something
old he is
where-
too, bro. He's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
I ain't gonna lie.
78.
Yeah, bro, what the fuck, bro? You just imagine that, just pulling up, and bro, and just your presence alone gets niggas scared. Like, what?
Yeah.
He is that guy, bro. But yeah, that's
No,
definitely
but
a
also,
little chapter.
yeah, but also people like overestimate a little too much. Like we gotta give him his credit, but people overestimate too much. Be like he would have actually beat Black Bear. Really himself admits later, nah. If we actually fought, I would have lost. So let's get that out of the court. Like let's get that out of the way before anybody starts saying Rayleigh's the uncle level. He's not. But yeah, he's still very powerful even at his old age. Well, yeah, I think that's about it. That about wraps it up for the spoiler talk. Yeah, anything else to add?
Hey, bro, I think that was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? You brought some key information with that fire ass spoiler. Not spoiler, my fault. Theory video. So y'all make sure to stay tuned for that, because he's gonna drop a video on that, bro. And that's just gonna be fire.
Yes, sir.
And to be honest, he's the first nigga I seen drop that shit. So, you know what I'm saying?
Thanks, man.
Hey,
Appreciate
the
it.
Skeeto's fucking theory, man. I can blow this shit up.
Yes, sir. But yeah, man, this about wraps it up. Make sure to follow us on our socials. You know, you can always find me, Henny D Gastino, on TikTok. You can find my nigga MTV Lion also on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, everything. You can find us by these names. Just make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, everything. Please help our video blow up, man. We got some great theories, some great ideas coming up. Yeah, but this was it, man, with N2S Media. We out.
Peace out, gang.
Can I be a superstar? I don't want no.